Imagine waking up tomorrow. No alarm, no emails, no boss, no school, no bills, no meetings, just the rising sun and another day of simply being alive. Sounds like a vacation, right? Well, for almost 96% of human history, this wasn't a vacation. This was just life. There were no jobs, no salaries, no weekends, no retirement. So here's the question. What did people actually do all day? Did they just relax? Were they constantly fighting wild animals? Or is everything we've imagined about prehistoric life completely wrong? Let's go back 50,000 years. Forget your phone, forget your calendar. The first thing you'd notice is silence. No engines, no traffic, no notifications, just birds, wind, and the smell of last night's fire. Nobody tells you what time to wake up. The sun decides that. There isn't a clock anywhere on Earth. And surprisingly, you don't panic because nobody expects you to be anywhere. But that doesn't mean you're free, because if your group doesn't find food, someone may not survive the week. Movies love showing cavemen chasing mammoths all day. Reality? Much less dramatic. Most people weren't hunting every day. In fact, for many groups, hunting was actually the least reliable source of food. Most calories came from fruit, roots, nuts, berries, fish, shellfish, and edible plants. The entire group helped. Children learned. Adults gathered. Experienced hunters tracked animals. Everyone had a role. If one person refused to contribute, everyone suffered. There was no salary, but there was responsibility. Here's something that might surprise you. Some anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies found that obtaining food often took only around 3 to 5 hours a day on average, though it varied with the season and environment. Wait. Only 3 to 5 hours? Does that mean prehistoric humans had endless free time? Not exactly, because finding food was only one part of survival. After that came making tools, repairing shelters, cooking, collecting firewood, making clothing, teaching children, caring for the elderly, preparing for tomorrow. Life wasn't easy, but it also wasn't a non-stop work shift. Here's where most people are wrong. Humans didn't invent entertainment after civilization. We've always loved it. After dinner, people laughed. They told stories, danced around fires, played simple games, made music, sang songs, copied animal sounds, played with children. Even today, our brains still love stories around a fire. It's one of the oldest traditions our species has. Think about it. No TV, no internet, no phones. Wouldn't they be bored? Probably not, because boredom usually happens when your brain wants stimulation. Ancient humans already had it. Every day was different. New animal tracks, changing weather, unexpected dangers, new places. Every walk into the forest could reveal something no one had ever seen before. Nature was their entertainment. Life wasn't peaceful. At any moment, a lion, a leopard, a hyena, or even another human group could become a deadly threat. There were no hospitals, no antibiotics. A broken leg could end your life. A small infection could become fatal. One careless mistake might be your last. Freedom had a price. Humans almost never lived alone. You depended on your tribe for everything. If you got sick, they helped you. If you found food, you shared it. If someone died, everyone mourned. Your greatest survival tool wasn't your spear. It was other people. Long before money existed, trust was already valuable. Then, about 12,000 years ago, everything changed. Instead of following food, humans began growing it. At first, it sounded like the perfect idea. No more wandering, food nearby, permanent homes. But farming brought something unexpected. Land ownership, property, taxes, kings, cities, specialized professions, schedules, deadlines, and eventually, jobs. For the first time in history, your survival depended less on nature and more on work. So, was life before jobs actually better? Not necessarily. You were freer, but also far more vulnerable. Today, most of us don't worry about lions, but many of us worry about deadlines. Ancient humans escaped predators. Modern humans escaped notifications. The dangers changed, but survival never really disappeared. Maybe that's why the idea of a world without jobs feels so fascinating, because deep inside, a small part of our brain still remembers a time when life wasn't measured by paychecks, but by sunsets, shared meals, and the people sitting around the fire beside us. So if you could live 1 week as a hunter-gatherer with no modern technology, no money, and no jobs, would you do it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed traveling 50,000 years into the past, subscribe, because next time we're exploring another question that completely changes the way you see human history. See you in the next adventure.